When we talk about audiology, we think about hearing issues, but there are other issues that can bother you in your ear itself, in the inner ear. And to tell us more, I'm here with audiologist Dr. Danny Gnewikow. Let's talk more about this.
Well, the ear is basically a duplex apartment. If you look at this little picture of the ear up here, all of this structure in this area where my finger is the inner ear. This is the inner ear for hearing, which is what we deal with daily. This is the inner ear for balance, and as you can see, there are little tubes in that area. That's called the vestibular mechanism, or the semicircular canals. And so the ear serves the purpose not only of hearing, but also maintaining equilibrium. And the way it works is those tubes are in different planes, and they're filled with fluid. And so when a person moves their head down or left or right, a different tube comes into play, and because of gravity, the fluid, of course, goes toward the earth. When it does that, it hits a mechanism that sends signals to the brain stem and then back up to the eyes, and the eyes correct for falling. So we maintain our balance not only with our inner ear and the little tubes here, but also with our eyes. Just as an example, if you take a carpenter's level, you have a little bubble in it, and as you move it into different planes, you see that bubble moving in a different way. So it works in much the same fashion. So when a person is having vertigo, and they go to the emergency room or whatever, and they're nauseated and they can't function, and many of you have probably had that. Most of the time it is related to these little canals. We have a sensation of rotation, but of course everyone around you, when you say, oh no, the room is spinning, they say, no, the room's not spinning, I'm standing here. It's the same thing that you got when you were a little child and you spun yourself around and around and you stopped and the room kept spinning. It's because the fluids continue to move. We got a picture of what the eyes do. The room is not spinning, the eyes are actually moving. So if you look at these eyes, you see they're jerking, and that jerky eye movement is an attempt to compensate for the fact that the brain thinks you are falling. And by looking at various characteristics of that eye movement, it's helpful in determining what's caused the patient to have the dizziness. We've got a patient sitting here, and just to show you basically how we do this, we use goggles, and those goggles have little cameras in them. So when we pop that thing down, using infrared technology, we can actually measure the motion of the eyes. So a variety of test batteries can be done to determine whether or not the dizziness, the vertigo are related to the inner ear, or a more serious issue being related to the central nervous system. Falls are the #1 cause for death in senior citizens. So it's something that you have to take seriously. People who have hearing loss are 3 times more likely to have balance issues than people that have normal hearing. So we know there are some inner workings, some inner relationships between the apartment A and apartment B of the inner ear duplex. So if you're having problems like this, you need to check with your family physician. A little extra time and patience in trying to determine what's causing it and to fix it if possible, which is not always possible, can lead to some therapies and some techniques for fall prevention. So the bottom line here is a fall is something that can change the rest of your life. You're in a wheelchair, you have a broken neck, you have a broken hip, or even a fatality because of the fall. So take dizziness, take imbalance, take vertigo seriously.
And to learn more, you can call Audiology Hearing Aid Associates. There's one location on Langhorne Road in Lynchburg. Their number 434-528-4245. In Danville, they're located on Main Street, 434-799-6288. You can also find out more online at digitalhearingforyou.com.